Wow, players calling up in the middle of the vessel making a video for Real World Alliance and wanting sessions and stuff like that. What kind of nonsense is this? uh, where was I forget, so I'll probably just start over. So yeah, I was listening to the videos and stuff like that. I haven't had as much to say because I said I feel bad because you guys have like these great stories and everything like that. I feel like I probably have some great stories. It's just I forget them. It's been so long since you used those memories, like or there's such a gap where I just wasn't thinking about them that a lot of them kind of slipped away. Tamir, don't apologize for talking about the Super Saiyan 6 stuff because I was very much interested to hear more. I said, from me personally, like all of my characters, at least inside of Generations, existed maybe like at the Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2 level tops. And like that's tops. Like I'm not even saying like they were Super Saiyan 2. Like I'm saying that that was like the scope of people that was around them, not including the Herald and Stargazer. And it's like I say those two because Zeratul wasn't supposed to do anything with the Herald and Stargazer. Like that was someone else's job. Like he was supposed to deal with somebody else. So like I remember Destiny the Saiyan on our team. She was like Super Saiyan 2. And then I think like Drew was Super Saiyan 2 level. Like Drath was. Uh, he might have been able. Like he might have been higher. Like his Saiyan form was Super Saiyan 2. Like he might have been like a Super Saiyan 2, 2.5, 3 with his demon form. I don't exactly know. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, like I said, it's definitely interesting to hear like that those people like 4, 5, and 6 exist, and like that X is even as high as he is, being a human like that, like is absolutely nutty because like none of my characters have ever broken into that power spectrum like anywhere close to it. Like Omen was a nobody. Cass is definitely a nobody. Alternus, like for all his versatility, was like I feel like he would be like maybe on some like onslaught level when in the X-Men universe. Like obviously not like that potent with the psychic stuff. Like it's just I meant like as far as the villain goes. Like I don't know if he would ever be able to box with the Super Saiyan 2. Like I think he would just get like obliterated by one. But like I said, that was a long time ago in the game, so it's like I don't think there was as many people out there who were as powerful as like X is today. So like that's definitely a different thing. That was one of my, and I'm sure Sean will love this, is to speak semi-critically of Generations for a moment. Is like one of the things that was I know to me a little bit frustrating was you see black or they disappear, and it was such a common thing that like so many there was a lot of opponents. It's like because I didn't make and it's like I said I'm speaking about Generations. I'm not speaking about Generations. It's like it's my own shortcoming, choosing not to make a character that way. But it's like unless you invest heavily in speed, which is why I always say speed is everything. It's like you kind of have a at times frustrating experience when you're dealing with people like of similar power levels. Like if you have a similar power level to someone, but they have an emphasis on speed, it's like there's no contest. Like you can't hit what you can't see. And I said that was just a long time for a couple of my characters. They just ran into that problem of there wasn't a fight. It was the person vanishes in front of you, and your best hope was that your reaction time wasn't so slow that after you got hit by them, that you could maybe hit them back. Now, like I said, I never went out of my way to make a fast character. It was just one of those things where I guess I ran into a lot of fast people. And it wasn't universally so. Like there were some fights where there was more back and forth, everything like that. It was just that's the thing that kind of stands out most in my memory. Like especially like Zeratul was very outclassed. I felt like most of the time, like Zeratul was not someone who should be hanging with Saiyans. Like there was like the Celentrian people aren't that crazy, aren't that nuts, and even like maybe if I could tap into that cosmic energy, maybe if I had the time to sit down and really explore it out and figure it out, like if DM, like the way the DM described it is like, yeah, player, you might have a lifetime before you can finally figure out how to harness this. And I was like, it's a little disheartening. It's like I don't have a lifetime. Like my days are already numbered. Like Legacy's coming to kill me and stuff like that. Like I don't have a lifetime to figure this out. But but yeah, like that was definitely one of those things. Like with the talking about the upper echelons of speed and strength and stuff with Saiyans, is like I'm definitely unfamiliar with that. So it was interesting to hear the different forms people were going through, the levels they were hit, and then kind of associating that with feats that they were able to achieve at that level. And especially with his NPCs that we know as being, perceivably everything to lesser characters, like being able to, like, whether it's land a punch or beat them, or anything in between. So it's like, that was definitely interesting to hear. Um, but yeah, like I said, it's something that I think it, part of the thing with the whole generations that I was saying is, like, one, we picked hard mode for the game, and two, I picked characters that weren't fast, like that, and speed when you're fighting is everything, and like that was like the whole thing is like Zeratul had stealth, but his stealth wasn't effective at anyone who could sense power. Like, it was like a visual spectrum stealth, but like every Saiyan knows where you are because they can sense your power level even if you're nothing. So it's like, yeah, this is kind of ineffective that way. Very unforgiving, but you know what? That's Old Testament DM stuff. So I think that probably things have improved, but not that they needed to improve. It was just kind of like player stubbornness more than anything else. Like, this is what I want to play. I don't want to necessarily make the absolute best of the best thing. I want to play something that I think I would enjoy. And then, yeah, it sucks whenever Johnny moved fast and hit hard. He comes over here and disappears in front of you and knocks you out in one hit before you can even see what's happening. But yeah, like I said, didn't take away from things. Kept coming back for more. But like that was definitely something where I think, like, on the older scope of things, like, that's why I'm looking forward to like Castle Story and stuff like that, because it seems like I got stuck in a corner of the universe that's a little bit more grounded at this point, where there isn't some guy who's like disappearing before my eyes and like appearing behind me and like killing me in one hit yet. Now, he might still be out there, but at least not yet. Um, but yeah, that's something I think, and I don't speak too much on my own game because like rules and regulations, but like that's kind of one of the nice parts about starting over fresh and everything like that. It's like the people you run into are pretty much given like the same character creation opportunities that you are, and like that's true for most NPCs that are out there. Like I said, I think the DM specifically said is there are a couple established NPCs who basically represent kind of a framework for the game. But like for the most part, like most people you run into, they've only been around for a year or two at the most. Like there hasn't been a whole lot of stuff happening in the background. So it's like you have the chance to be every bit as powerful as like the most canon characters out there right now, depending on how you build your character. Um, so that's kind of an interesting thing. It's something I guess like Tamir can keep in mind if he wants to go the powerful route. Like the option is definitely there to kind of make yourself a canon in that regard. But yeah, like I said, like that's just kind of like the old game versus the new game thing. Like that's something like I've really dug with Kari's new game kind of thing. Like the scope of the characters, like that was really exemplified in the movies that we did with the temple and everything. Is like everyone brought their own thing to the table. Yes, I was really useless on my Scion character, my Oracle character, but but like everyone was kind of on like a similar level. Like Eric's Mega Newt like was like very much like the barbarian of a party group. It wasn't like he was the Super Saiyan amongst a mage. He was a barbarian with a mage. Like it was a lot better balanced out. And like I said, that I think is more of a product of generational gaps, not generations specifically, but like generational gaps between characters. Like whereas in Generations you have you have X who's been around for who knows how many years, whereas like people like Artanis were only alive for a year at the most, inside of Real World. Now, I mean, outside of Fate World, like I can't remember how much time actually passed with Artanis, but like there was a lot of play sessions, so you probably got a lot of progression out of that. But yeah, like I said, it's hard to have a movie where, some of our characters in Generations are like these new characters, and then you have like X, who's very, very old, and then Sage, who is also decently old, I think. Like, he's been around for more than a couple years. I don't know how long Keith and Eric have had their characters. I got the impression that Eric was on the newer side, but not like fresh off the boat like Cass is. So it's like those movies get a lot harder because how do you have like Superman and Daredevil like in a movie together and have them both be compelling characters? And I say that's definitely not the DM's fault or anything like that. But yeah, I just wanted to put out a video there, kind of some thoughts on some things that were going on, and like I said, I haven't had any content, so hey DM, Time here, Legends DM, let me know when you get that character creation wrapped up, because I'm going to start putting in for those sessions, no matter where I fall on that list. Um, get those Wednesdays and Saturday sessions in. I'll be super annoying and hit you up all the time, throw my name into the ring even if I'm on low on the list. And same with Sean, like, yeah, let me know if you get any of those weekend sessions available, because I'd love to continue with Cast a Story so I can put more real world content out there. Me being selfless like that, I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the betterment of the group chat here, so they have more content to absorb. All right, now we get something to eat here.